everyone, thank you for tuning into my channel again, where I give you recommendations about moving to Canada, or if you're thinking of coming, things that are happening that could be helpful to you if you're thinking of making the move to this beautiful country. So at the time of recording of this video, which is April 2021, these are the few news and things that are happening that maybe you need to know as you continue to make plans to come, or if you have friends that are thinking of coming that you know that's probably not in the news, or that you can't find online, that can only be talked about, or things that I can tell you directly because I live here. So the first one is the third lockdown. We're in lockdown number 3 in Ontario, and things are open at 25% capacity, but non-essential services are closed again. So things like hair salons and beauty salons and gyms and things of that nature, they're all closed, and also indoor dining is completely closed and only for takeout, only open for takeout at this point. It is a shame because a lot of these businesses are really struggling to survive. And honestly, at the end of this third lockdown, there will be every time few more businesses that will be able to survive, really. All they're doing right now is relying on loans to be able to sustain their business. And hopefully we don't end up with 2 restaurants at the end of this pandemic, one being McDonald's and one being another fast food, because all these little cute restaurants we have here are the heart of the city, the heart of the province, and the heart of the economy. So hopefully the lockdown ends soon. In terms of vaccination, what's happening now, the slots are being opened for people over 60. So people over 60 can book an appointment to go and get a free vaccination. That's included obviously in the taxes. And so that's where we're at right now. Unfortunately, with this third lockdown, we're noticing things that's being noticed all over the world. There are a lot of people in ICU, in intensive care units at the hospital, that are being admitted because of COVID, and the number is actually higher than the first lockdown. That is a shame because it's really putting pressure on our current hospital system. It's a public hospital system, so the more beds are occupied by COVID patients, the less bed there are for car accidents people, or people wanting to give birth, or anything like that. So it's a shame, and hopefully people keep putting their mask on and keep being safe, because that's really unfortunate. Schools are open still, but there's a lot of cases of COVID in schools, particularly in the English stream. In French schools, you don't see a lot of cases because obviously the number of students is less. But in English schools, I think 75% of them don't have cases, meaning 25% have active cases of COVID, which is a true shame again. It looks like maybe they may close, we don't know yet, but as of now they're open, and if it gets worse they're going to close them again, and people will be sent home with their kids and having to do online, which is quite difficult, especially when they're young kids. So these are the top 3 news that I wanted to share with you today. This whole COVID thing, what it's turning us into, it's probably going to turn us into people that really like to be indoors. I can tell you for myself, I used to be an outdoor person, somebody that was, always wanting to go out and do things. And but with being indoors so much, you become an indoorsy person now. You don't really want to go out or interact with people and things like that, and you only interact with people on Zoom and things like that. So there's Zoom fatigue, and video conference fatigue that's starting to settle in, and it's starting to settle in and weigh on people's mental health as well, right? So hopefully we'll see the end, the light at the end of the tunnel with the vaccines that are rolling out, and we can be where Israel is with the lowest amount of cases in the entire world, because they're ahead of everybody else with these vaccination campaigns. So that's what's going on. If you're a student and you're coming to Canada, you might be faced with a few things. One of the things and challenges you might face is job opportunities, obviously with many jobs being eliminated because of these lockdowns. You may find issues finding part-time work. If you're an immigrant coming as well, it might be a little hard for you to find a job in the short term. The pool is getting shorter and smaller. But on the positive side, if you have education that requires you to work remotely, or you can work remotely, you're able to apply from wherever you are, and you might have that advantage. So this is what we're facing now. And as we continue to progress, I'll bring you more updates. And I thank you again for tuning in and watching this video. Until next time.